The osprey is one of a number of birds of prey, especially well adapted to hunting fish. But few can match the osprey's spectacular skill. Fishing eagles are found all over the world, and the majestic white-breasted sea eagle is one of the most common. It's found in Australia and throughout Southeast Asia and India. The sea eagle is a powerful and versatile hunter. The handsome Brahminy kite is a smaller cousin of the sea eagle and occurs in the same regions of the world. Named after the caste of Brahmin priests, it's held sacred in India. It's fairly common along Australia's northern coastline, where it's often called the red-backed sea eagle. Brahminy kites are found near estuaries, harbours and coastal towns, nesting in mangroves and the open forest beyond. These Brahminis have built this year's nest in a dense mangrove alongside an inlet. Their single chick is several weeks old, and a few dark pin feathers are emerging. The Brahminy normally has 1 or 2 chicks. The Brahmini's long, broad wings are ideally shaped for soaring. Sighting prey, it gracefully folds its wings and dives. Even though the Brahminy misses, it appears to go through the motions of adjusting the fish in its talons. Perhaps a reflex action or a way of cleaning its feet. The osprey can be found along almost all of Australia's coastline. It's the most specialised of the fishing hunters and inhabits most other countries. Its to and fro head movements help it to measure distance. Elsewhere in the world, it's found on inland waters, but in Australia, it's restricted to the coastline, perhaps because its hunting technique requires fish swimming near the surface of clear, deep water. Beginning its almost vertical dive from a height of 20 meters or more, it enters the water at a speed of up to 70 kilometers an hour. A slight movement of the tail adjusts its final approach. To reduce water resistance, it throws back its wings and tail. The osprey can reach fish a metre below the surface. They have nostrils which close underwater. To help clear the water, the osprey has a special wing adaptation. Flexible elbow joints allow it to raise the inner half of its wing above its back, enabling the outer wing to bend forward and make heavy downstrokes clear of the water. Its tail acts as a stabilizer by raising and lowering in synchronization with the wing strokes. It flies into the wind to gain height, turning the fish torpedo fashion to reduce wind resistance. To lose weight, it vigorously shakes off excess water, though losing height in the process. Its dense, closely overlapping, oily plumage sheds water easily. It doesn't need to dry its wings in the sun like some other birds. The osprey has virtually disappeared from the densely populated southeast corner of the Australian coastline, victim of various forms of human disturbance such as shooting, egg collecting, tree felling and pesticide use. The nest is several years old and over a metre deep. Each year, the ospreys add fresh sticks and a lining of seaweed and grass. To help hold the slippery fish, the osprey's massive talons are long and curved, and the skin underneath its toes covered with short spines. The 5-week-old chicks crouch submissively to be fed. Their eyes stand out more prominently than other birds of prey because they don't have a heavy brow ridge for protection. The dark eye stripes are thought to reduce glare from the water. After feeding, the female dips her feet in the water, presumably to clean them. The ospreys can carry fish up to about 1 kilo, or half their weight. Each day during the breeding season, between 2 and 17 fish may be brought to the nest. They might only be successful on 1 out of 4 dives. A lot depends on the weather and clarity of the water.
I'm part cosmetic consultant, part sculptor. My art lives, it moves. Implants, nasal refinement. You can defy the aging process.
What's more important, improving your looks or driving the safest car in its class? The new Renault Megane. Stay beautiful.
There's something amazing going on at Boots Opticians. A quite unbelievable half-price frame sale. A sale that all Boots brand frames want to be in. A sale so good, even some designer frames want to be part of it. Why not see for yourself before they walk?
Baby soft skin is something you can both enjoy with Johnson's Baby Moisturizing Bath. The only bath to contain Johnson's Baby Oil. To cleanse, then moisturize, and then help seal in that moisture. Baby soft skin. For baby. For you. Johnson's Baby Moisturizing Bath.
Now, there's something slightly more sophisticated than your everyday cooking sauce. It's called Sizzle and Stir from Chicken Tonight. And this is the tikka masala variety. You get 2 pots, you see. The first spices the chicken and turns it tikka red. One feels like chicken tonight, like chicken tonight, chicken tonight. Then, the second pot gives you a masterful masala sauce. Chicken Tonight, Sizzle and Stir. One could say it's a game of 2 halves.
Lucky bags are back in tomorrow's Mirror, and 1 in 7 bags has a cash prize.
Everyone is a winner.
Win tomorrow in the Mirror and the Sunday Mirror.
Where in the world can you find a fragrance with such a refreshing breeziness? Spring Awakening, captured for the Lenore World Scents Collection.
This is not a macrobiotic restaurant. This is a life enrichment center. I also provide spiritual nourishment. Umeboshi. Voila, the recipe of eternal life.
What's more important, eating healthily or driving the safest car in its class? The new Renault Megane. Stay beautiful.
Amongst Australia's birds of prey, the white-breasted sea eagle ranks second in size after the wedge-tailed eagle. Its long, broad wings, spanning up to 2 meters, contrast with its short neck and tail. It normally snatches prey from near the surface of the water. The sea eagle breeds along almost all Australia's coastline and far inland on lakes and rivers. One of the largest gum trees in the forest has been chosen by this pair for their nest. Sea eagles usually raise 1 or 2 chicks. This chick is about a month old. In common with most birds of prey, the larger female does most of the feeding and brooding. With a storm approaching, the female attempts to brood her reluctant chick. She fluffs up the feathers around the warm skin of her brood patch. Once the rain starts, the chick is happy to disappear under the shelter of its mother. The daily housekeeping routine of collecting fresh leaves to line the nest is shared by both birds. Like the osprey, they add more sticks at the beginning of each season. The nests can become huge structures over 3 meters deep. This nest is 19 meters from the ground. The reason for the sea eagle's relatively wide distribution is its versatility as a hunter and scavenger. It can choose from a variety of prey, on sea or land. A favorite meal of this pair was found feeding in warm shallows. The sea eagle is dragged down by its prey and has to use its powerful wings to haul itself out. Clasping an eel in its talons. Like the osprey, it has a spiny, rough surface on its feet for clutching slippery prey. The identification wing tag, attached when it was a nestling, is part of a scientific study of sea eagles by the Victorian Government's Division of Fisheries and Wildlife. The eel could provide enough food for the chick for 2 days. Normally, when catching fish, the sea eagle is able to snatch the prey from near the surface with little loss of momentum. This large eel, over 1 meter long, makes it difficult for the eagle to maintain height. Sea eagles can fly quite fast, enabling them to overtake prey. Though large, they are relatively maneuverable and capable of hunting in a forest. They'll usually launch their attack from a perch after a long and patient wait. This rabbit escapes by leading the sea eagle into low-hanging foliage. The sea eagle is most successful when it can use speed and cover to surprise its prey. The male returns with most of the rabbit and departs. The female comes down to feed the chick. The rabbit will provide food for the family for a day. At 3 weeks, the chick is beginning to peck at the food for itself. At 8 weeks, the chick is nearly as big as its parents and consumes the same amount of food. He gently pecks at his mother to urge her to feed him. The chick's crop, hanging under its throat, is nearly full of food. He grooms himself by spreading oil from a gland at the base of his tail over his feathers. He will soon leave the nest to perch in the surrounding branches and begin making his first flights. The osprey chicks at 50 days of age are the same size as their parents and already have plumage which is very similar. The parents are kept busy feeding them. Over 200 fish could have been brought to the nest at this stage. One chick exercises his wings to the annoyance of his less active sibling. The Brahminy kites now have less hunting to do. Their chick, at 2.5 months, is beginning to hunt for itself. It will be another 18 months before it molts into the handsome plumage of its parents, and 3 years before it breeds. For the young ospreys, there are special dangers while learning to hunt. Some will break their wings in dives, others will drown, entangled in seaweed or attempting to catch too large a fish. But after about 1 month of practice, these 3-month-old ospreys have successfully learnt many of the skills which make them the most expert of the fishing hunters.
Britain is